Chaos will always be a constant in life. We live in perpetual fear of losing everything to the uncertainties of an unpredictable world. And we have a lot to lose. The average American lives better than the greatest emperors of the Roman Empire. Chaos leads to feelings of confusion, injustice, and despair. But even in chaos, there is a path to happiness and something better. It's not the strong who survive, it's the durable. Like water dripping on a stone, one drop at a time. The softest thing in the world overcomes the hardest. How would you feel if you were condemned to relive your life again and again, moment by moment for eternity? If your choices are to be relived endlessly, they had better be the right ones now. To learn more, listen to episode 85. Fulfilling the dreams you have about yourself is only possible by embracing everything about yourself which you've been denying and repressing. Carl Jung referred to the repressed half of yourself as the shadow. The shadow is not your bad self. It's made up of positive and healthy but repressed characteristics simply because they don't conform to other people's expectations of who you are and who they want you to be. Do you feel misunderstood? What do you want other people to know about you that you're holding back from them? Are you unhappy with your relationships? What's stopping you from ending the bad ones and improving the good ones? You can unite with your shadow and become the person you feel you ought to be. Your goal in life is not perfection. Your goal in life is wholeness. To learn more, listen to episode 87. Who are you? Who you think you are is just who you were told you are, not who you really are. Who are you before you were told who you are? Carl Jung explained why most people are afraid to embrace themselves. We divide ourselves into two halves, one approved and accepted by society, and one disapproved and unacceptable. The conscious half of you consists of the acceptable and socially approved parts of your personality. The other, unconscious half of you consists of the non-conforming and unconventional parts of you. Jung called this the shadow. You are a stranger to yourself. The shadow is the stranger you are so afraid of that you keep it buried inside yourself. Why is it important for you to know yourself? For the rest of the story, listen to episode 86. Relationships are really about happiness, and not all of your relationships are worthy of you. Populate your life with people who make you feel good about yourself, but depopulate your life with people who make you feel bad. Without knowing who to exclude from your life, your happiness will be incomplete. Intolerant people are attracted to tolerant people. Selfish people are attracted to selfless people. Bullies are attracted to people who will let them get away with it. Happiness means running away from the wrong relationships and building walls between you and 7 kinds of people. Who are they, and what should you do about them? Listen to episode 84 of the Laughing Philosopher podcast. Are you cultivating Voltaire's garden? The most important part of you is not between your legs, it's between your ears. Voltaire's garden is within your own mind. Happiness is not found by addition. Subtract cares and discomfort. Care about money, but not too much. It's really just dirty little pieces of paper with pictures of dead people. The most important thing to do in your life is to not interfere with someone else's life. Don't bother about what others do in their own garden. Accept the world as it is and devote yourself to your own well-being. Don't burden yourself with politics and religion. Supernatural beings and lines in the dirt are not worth your peace of mind. Cultivate the garden inside yourself. It's your real home. For the rest of the story, listen to episode 83. You were born to figure out why you were born. The purpose of your life is to give your life purpose. Why is purpose so difficult to find? It's because you're looking in the wrong places. You won't find purpose in wealth, fame, or power, not in relationships, social media, or Hollywood movies, not in the endless pursuit of pleasure. There is no road to purpose. Purpose is the road. The first time you see your purpose, you may not know it. You may have to wait for it. It may take time to reveal itself to you. But you trust a calculator. You trust a map. Trust that your life's purpose is unfolding just as it should. For the rest of the story, listen to episodes 76 and 77 of the Laughing Philosopher podcast. Does the human fetus possess personhood? Do the rights of the fetus outweigh the rights of the mother? Is forced pregnancy right or wrong? The pro-choice perspective, introduced by John Locke, the 17th century English philosopher, is that a fetus has none of the defining, essential characteristics of a fully developed human being and ought to be considered a non-person. What a fetus already is more important than what a fetus can become. The pro-life viewpoint can be traced to the ancient Greek philosopher Aristotle, who argued what a fetus can become is more important than what a fetus already is. The fetus is a potential person and ought to be accorded the same rights as a fully developed human being. For the rest of the story, listen to episode 75 of the Laughing Philosopher podcast. You don't have an infinite capacity for caring. You only have so much caring and compassion inside you. If you give too much to one person, you'll have too little left over for yourself and other relationships. So at what point should you just stop caring? 1. Establish boundaries. Do you have a friend who's always asking for advice but never taking it? It's okay to be bored with his problems and tired of figuring out solutions he just ignores. 2. Put yourself first. Whenever you find yourself investing most of the effort and you feel drained and exhausted, just stop caring. 3. Stop controlling. You can't control another person's choices no matter how much you care about him. He has as much right to make a bad choice as a good one. For the rest of the story, listen to episode 65.